Wow.
That is Dragon Ball Z moment in D&D. That is
Wow. Wow.
Nah, see, like we knew they had to end it big, but like that was fun. That's good.
I
I
was
mean, it's
not
crazy that
prepared
we have
for
to wait
that.
another month, but I mean,
I was not
I'm locked the
prepared for
fuck
that.
in right now, dude.
I was
yeah.
not prepared for that at all.
Ugh.
Okay. Man. All right. So let's go ahead and try to get into this review. Man, I don't know if I'm prepared to even do this review, man. That was a lot. Sensory overload.
I mean, that's just how this show is, bro. I mean,
Oh God. Mm. So I mean, I guess we can start with Will. Um, I think they did a really good job this season of kind of reestablishing kind of like him at his roots. I mean, I think with the first episode, I mean, they showed just how strong he was willing to fight, contrary to what Vecna said at the end of this episode. But in this episode specifically, Robin kind of like empowering him to accept himself, like all of himself, to truly be as strong as he could be. But my man Noah is just in his bag this episode. Like
mhm.
he was killing it, like from a lot of different levels. But I don't know. Did y'all want to bring up like how they took the course of Will in this episode?
I kind of,
Oof.
I kind of felt like it was going to be either him or it was going to be Holly, who was going to end up being the sorcerer.
Mm,
But it seems more apropos to be Will because of the fact that he is still attached to the Mind Flayer and, by extension, Vecna. And if they are all parts of the same whole, it only makes sense that he now has telepathic ability.
it's just crazy to think about though, because for a lot of people had kind of hoped and predicted, like, man, it'd be amazing if 11 wasn't alone. Like, she had like somebody else. And I was always kind of like, Will is different. Like, he almost kind of mirrors in a positive light, kind of Henry Crill's life in a lot of different ways. But it's just crazy to see how they played it out. But Busy, what'd you think about Will in this episode?
So I mean, the entire episode they kept dropping little things and showing just how deeply rooted he is to everything. But I don't know. I was just thinking the whole time, like it kind of felt like a Horcrux situation. I was just expecting him to have to die at the end in order for Vecna to truly die because of how connected he was to the hive mind. So but to see him actually kind of like dip into it and just show how powerful he really is. I mean, just the hand gestures, whatever he did. I mean, they truly captured a lot of badassery, if you will, from Will that I didn't think that we'd ever get from this dude. Because of course we started off with him being, a scared little bastard, and now where we are now, it's just the development to where we are now. Like I'm excited to see him and Elle just tear shit up. Like that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I think one of the things that Sion, I appreciate you going over these like season reviews, because you had kind of pointed out how much of a bad A that Will is. Like, he's a sharpshooter. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
The man, he knows how to work a gun. He's not scared of anything, truly. Like, his body has to physically deal with stuff, but he's really not afraid of very much. Um, but I think the thing that threw me off is I was thinking, he was going to just be able to control them at the point, but he had him in the air, telekinesis. Like, his power mimics L in a lot of different ways. It's almost like a merge or amalgam of L and Vecna. And I don't know what that means, but unfortunately, what you said, Busy, may end up being the end result. You said that he has to possibly sacrifice himself just because of how connected he is to the hive mind. By the end of this, that may have to be. So I hate to say it that way, but this show isn't very forgiving, unfortunately. And I mean, I don't know. Did y'all think at a certain point when Hopper didn't have much of a choice to go in there and he thought he was gonna go get Vecna and like blow him out? Did y'all think that Hopper was like legit about to sacrifice himself?
Yes.
Partially, yeah. I mean, I'm always in denial anytime I see a character that I love. So I think part of me wants to say that I didn't expect it, but I mean, I don't know. It's just I was waiting. I don't know. She kept saying Hopper over and over again, and my overly dramatic self was waiting for her to say Dad and like slip up the amount of time she kept saying Hopper. So I mean, I'm like, nah, they're not gonna kill this poor guy off until she says something like overly dramatic like that. Like, but
It would
the show be stressing me out. That's
it would
kind
have been the perfect time for it because he
I
called her
know. That's why I
Jane.
expected it, bro. I'm like, oh shit. If she says dad once, then he's a goner. 100% he's a goner.
Yeah,
But they had me
he
stressing.
he legit was like Jane, and then they recalled back like all his emotions, what happened when his daughter passed. But Siren, did you think that Hopper was going to bite it? I mean, how did you think they handled the trajectory of Hopper in this episode too?
I think at this point, Hop goes in with the intention to die if it is necessary. To die for those that he loves is without a second thought for him. The only type of sadness he feels is that, he won't be with them anymore.
Yeah.
It's really cathartic. It's so bittersweet. Like the way that Stranger Things approaches things, it really is to a point of, is there really another way? And most of the time, there's not.
Yeah.
And it sucks to lose a character you love, but for the overall development of the story and the character arc themselves, you got to do it justice. So a death does happen.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I legit thought that it was the last time we may see Hopper. Now, it was just weird because they were doing a really good job of transitions, of like going in, going out, going in with different scenes and flashbacks. And I was like, they have to actually show it. Like, if he does confront Vecna, whether Vecna stops the explosion and Hopper feels it all, but Vecna gets out. I kind of was like, they're leading right into his trap. I was like, I didn't know what was going on. All to it to reveal 8, and 8 being the one that was actually trapped in there. Did that, Ronan, just because you're back, did that surprise you? Did that throw you off? How they transitioned? We thinking Hop's about to die to bring in another chess piece on the board.
Yeah, that was weird. And like now in hindsight, I'm like, that is strong chess move because people have the critiques of that episode and and the introduction of that and what that left for that season, which I believe was season 2. But this kind of makes sense in terms of just like not saying that L left people behind, but like L wasn't the only one that suffered in that place in the Hawkins lab. And I just, again, even though they're suffering, there was just that look, and it cut to a flashback, but they didn't really have to say it. It's just the acknowledgement of just like sisters. It was like, okay, I'm sorry, I left you behind. I'm here to help or whatever have you. And that was sweet because I did not see that coming.
Yeah, I mean, Jarrell, now that you're back, did you think at any point that Hopper, this might be his last episode?
No, I never thought that. You thought that?
Why not? I mean, they went into the trajectory of showing like him calling her Jane. I mean, he was willing to sacrifice anything and everything. And at the end of the day, truth be told, like the only reason why he's still alive is for L. So of course he would die for L. So yeah, there's a strong possibility it could have happened.
I mean, I definitely did think that his time is expired a long time ago. And that he could be on the chopping block to die for sure. I definitely did think that, like he's on borrowed time, if you will. But I never thought he'd be going. There's no way they were gonna ice out my boy this early. No sir, not yet though.
You know what's shocking? It was the C4 around his chest. That was the shocking part. Like that was just like whoa. And like one could even say, has he been thinking, dark thoughts? And like because of now where it's all leading up to it and how much that triggers back to his probably darkest moment ever. And again, even just saying I love you, Jane, like calling her not L, Jane, like her birth name, and I was just like,
listen, they did a lot of good scare tactics, but no, I would have been blown away if he died anywhere in these 4 episodes. That would be outrageous.
Yeah, I think Ronan, they were telegraphing that he was hiding something and we just didn't know really what it was. I think that the moment he realized that Elle was gonna have to go back into the upside down and fight this creature, he was gonna do whatever it take to protect her. I don't think he would ever, willingly take himself away from her or from Joyce for that matter, but he would never let her go, and I think
No.
that's what it all kind of boils down to.
And I think even him deciding to train her, I think it's more of a thing
Preparation, like
I'm
you gotta
not
get
gonna
this.
be here always.
Yeah.
I need to know you can take care of yourself. And I
Yeah.
know Joyce will be there, but I want to make sure that at the 11th hour when I gotta go, that I know I did my best I could. Um, yeah, yeah. I didn't want to say it to be corny, but yeah, I was like, don't you dare call her baby girl or anything like that because I would have been like, get
Joel and Ellie. But yeah, one other key part of this episode was actually Mad Max. Her having the conversation with Holly. I think it was handled so well because I was like, how are they going to really explain what's going on with her without giving it its own dedicated episode? And granted, this episode was an hour and 25 minutes, but they went through that really well and still transitioned in and out between other storylines, which is really hard. But how did you guys feel about how they handled Max and what happened to her from the moment she technically died?
Wait, how long was the episode?
125.
Hour and 25
Holy
minutes.
shit! Didn't feel like that.
No,
It
it
moved. That was the weird part. It was moving, and yet I didn't feel like we lacked moments here. When again, I was saying Robin and Will had a moment. Max had a moment to let it all out because God knows how long in her mind she's been there.
Correct.
And again, she said I had three options, and how much those options were must have been struggling her day and night, trying to escape. And yeah, I just love the moment where Sadie goes to that little curve section, and then Holly just follows her and just sits next to her. I'm like, you need a hug, you need that. That's enough. That is support at the bare minimum level. And yeah, it was. And the Duffer Brothers are sick twins, man. Them replaying the episode 4 moment from season 4 that I think is one of the top 5 highlight moments of the show, of Max being taken and then hearing running up the hill and then coming back to it and being like, oh, we're gonna flip it this time. That same tactic, it's gonna cut her off because of tape. And I'm just like, you dirty. Yeah, it was wicked smart, man. It was awesome.
Yeah, Sadie was in her bag from an acting standpoint as well. I mean, because a lot of that was really just, it's not like she's interfacing with other scenes. Like, she's really just emoting off of everything that's going on. Like, that's raw talent. Like, she was doing so good. And also the actress that played the role of Holly, like, she showed this childlike innocence, but at the same time, you're seeing the gears in her brain going, oh, I got to toughen up. I got to do this. Like, this is important. And to show, at the end of it, she was like, all right, tell me what I got to do. I was like, yo, Holly's a G. Like, I love Holly.
I think if it wasn't, I'm not saying you have to give all the credit to Mike, but I think thank God that Mike had that talk with her. In essence, being like you're part of, you get to choose how, if you're afraid or not, and giving her that little token or whatever of her character. And I wonder if I go back, if she's holding the character when she decides to be like, what I got to do. And it'd be like the symbolism of okay, it's my duty now. I got to step up to the plate.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie, Siren. I really did think that Holly, maybe Holly developed some powers or something too. I don't know. But what was your take on Holly in this episode and Max's interaction?
Seeing how her siblings react, it was only a matter of time before, because they all have this key character point to their sibling connection. It's that when someone gets in their face and they're like, you need to pay attention, it's time to grow up. It's like, oh shit, okay then. It happened with Mike. It happened with Nancy. It happened with Holly now. And it came from their mother. Obviously not the father. Though I don't like him. I don't like him so much I forgot his name already. Did he die? Whatever. Anyway, when he went and he took his golf club and he was going to be, the hero of the story, he actually showed some backbone. So maybe he gives whatever he's got in that regard to them too. Because at the end of the day, all three kids, they're there's something in them. It's grown to be a full badass. Nancy was just this kid who wanted good grades and wanted a really hot boyfriend. Her best friend got taken. She had no idea about any of this. And she went into a slime tunnel with a monster that could take a chunk out of her face just by breathing at her and survived.
Yeah.
Mike has become an actual leader, right there. He took on the role of pay attention to me. Mm-hmm. Everything is going to be fine, but we need to move. And it wasn't sporadic movement either. It was timed. It was calculated. It was thought out, which is a growth chart of his original character from being, the dungeon master to being an actual, the actual storyteller, the actual leader.
Yeah.
And then we've got Holly, who got to unfortunately be forced to grow up a bit when she saw her mom almost take her last breath. Mm-hmm. And she got thrown into a trauma space, but she's got enough, of Holly left inside of her that we should probably pay attention to this part too, because Vecna's words were, they're weak, both in mind and body. And yet we've got this little one right here who traversed herself into woods that she's never been through with a compass that she's never used, tools that she has no bearings having, and found one of our missing main cast.
Yep.
And has been gifted this role of main player character now. Mm-hmm. And all it took was one, you have to do this. And she's like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm loving Holly. I think it really started with this moment with her and Mike, Mike letting her know it's okay. You can be strong too. And he kind of gave his testimony himself, what he's had to do without really scaring her at the same time, which is a really good positive reinforcement for kids.
It's very meta, using D&D to tell a story that's actually happening, but playing it to the strength of a child. And again, like you were saying, that the thematic part of this show is that these kids have been forced to grow up even as they're growing up. It's just you can't just worry about not being bullied or not being late or possibly getting the first kiss or this or whatnot, or getting a car. It's regardless of how emotionally compromised you are, get in or you're dead. And that's almost the dark undertone of this show, is that they don't get that innocence anymore. And
Absolutely.
Even now they're getting younger with kids. Younger kids are getting that effect, sadly.
And we've seen these kids kind of grow and become kind of fearless in a sense. And we knew Mike had a pair on him. His sister is, what do they call her? Nancy Walk 'em Down Wheeler. And so after seeing her, what her mom was able to do, there was no doubt in my mind it was a bloodline thing. And I knew daughter was gonna be like that too. But they did a lot between Mike in this episode and his little sister. I mean, specifically with that one shot, I kind of want to dive into that because that was absolutely incredible. But to see him the way he was kind of navigating, and again, he was timing situations. He wasn't just just winging it,
Yeah.
And I think the way that scene was shot, just everything there. I mean, that was incredible. Like that shit is gonna be talked about. I promise you that.
Yeah, the thing is, it's interesting. It was like this mission was like all or nothing. And you know who it started with? This guy right here.
My boy Derek.
The Duffer Brothers know how to make you connect with any character. I did not like this kid. I was like, how?
Of course,
why? Like, what is
He's a
going
little
on with this kid? Like, he's terrible. But yet he stepped up and he did what he had to do. Like at first it was kind of just like he was like, man, these people are trying to kill me and kidnap me. I was like, he's gonna definitely hurt somebody in the midst of this. But then when he saw what went down to begin this episode, he's like, freak, this lady stood up for me and put her life on the line. Crap, I gotta actually listen to him. And so from that, like whatever they told him to do, he's like, all right, I'll figure it out. And just watching him navigate the kids inside of there,
great.
And he didn't lose his cool. Like even when the monsters were ripping everybody up to threads, like he was listening to Mike. And he was also trying to make sure everybody followed along because he knew what was at stake. Now, he was joking them around the whole entire time because he's like, dude, if y'all don't listen to me, y'all going to die from these monsters. Like it's going to happen. Like, please listen to me. But I don't know. Like, I think that's something that the Duffer Brothers excel at. They know how to make you connect with a character and make them last in your mind, whether it's fleeting, whether it's because you hate them, but they know how to make them last in your mind. And Derek I think is a prime example of that in this episode, because it wasn't until this episode I even cared about Derek. But
yeah. I mean, they did a really good job making him, from jerk kid to cult leader. Like the way that they switched was just so strong, and it was so fun. I think me and Ronan immediately was like, yeah, this dude's starting a cult. And then I think Siren was like, he went from jackass to like Gandhi or something like that. It was just cool to see that quick development, but it just made him so much more likable. Just diving into that, like so likable.
Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, I mean, we can definitely talk about that one shot because honestly, when we realized that 8, was the person that was there, it was like, where's Vecna? And then this man starts rolling through like a rolling stone, coming through the freaking gate, and he starts to just decimate everybody. I mean, the Demogorgons were already decimating everybody, but the way that they handled the Demogorgons going and putting up a huge fight to him making his grand entrance, that was just shot so well. Like it's crazy to see where we've gotten from like one Demogorgon in the first season to where they've gone to now at this point. And even the way they animated Vecna in this episode was just it almost as though like the last time we saw him, like he didn't have as much reinforced armor. So I think that he's elevated his body.
Yeah, he was terrifying before, but now he's like, this is a whole nother level. I mean, just to see how easy and just how he was ripping through these dudes. I mean, and again, the new look I think is even more scary. I mean, I mess with it, but they did a really good job just showing how kind of dangerous and how fucked up he is going. Yeah, exactly, right. How big and how swole this motherfucker is. Like he's no joke.
Yeah,
going to Gold's Gym.
Yeah.
Well, remember he got like humbled.
Yeah.
It's valid.
As he was floating around trying to murder Max. Like he got set on fire, cut down, and shot and sent through a window. So if you're an egoist as he is, you would immediately be like, never again.
He went on a training arc, yeah.
Yeah, like even he left before Will can like be like, hold my beer, hold my dice, and like I can't even imagine the look on his face. Be like, oh.
I mean, do you think that he knows that Will has some kind of innate ability though? Because I don't think he takes anything to chance, to be honest with you.
I would like if he's too stubborn, or maybe he does know, or whatever. Maybe that's what he wants. He wants Will to embrace his inner Vecna and like use him as a battery or something. I don't know, but like
Does Vecna know? Is that the question?
that's the question. Yeah.
Because he literally said, like, do you see them through my eyes? Do you hear them? Like, he literally described everything that Will was dealing with. Because I was like, oh wow, he's gonna kill Will, because he's like, oh well, I can't allow you to do that, But he kind of was like, as an egoist, was like,
No, yeah, he knows.
He can't kill Will.
He definitely knows. Yeah, I mean, he has like his limitations, but yeah, he definitely knows.
And that brings me back to like that my fear again. I think you're right. He can't kill Will, and I think
Well,
that's
you saw
fine.
his eyes.
Yep.
His eyes turned frosty when he was doing everything. Elle's eyes don't turn that way. Eight's eyes don't turn that way. Not a single other child's eyes turned any other color but their own.
And that's where it brings me back to the whole Horcrux thing, man. I really feel like Will's gonna have to die in order to take this motherfucker out.
He's at one point gonna say, "Come on, Henry, let's do this together. Let's do this."
I'll stop it, bro. That's a little on the nose, but I'd fuck with it.
So what you're saying is, when that one Demogorgon started burning and all of them started to feel it, that's basically letting us know that the hive mind in and of itself is still inherent to one focal point. So if he literally can't kill Will, that's what you mean, Sarah? Mm-hmm. Because if he does,
also, let's take a little look back at how he killed the Demogorgons.
Yeah.
Broken in every single spot, just like how everybody else was shattered when Vecna.
Oh shit!
It's true.
So he's literally borrowing from Vecna. You could even say that he's taking from a memory. So he's channeling through what is left in him of the Mind Flayer, which I still do believe is the heaviest loadout left inside of any of his unfortunate disciples. And we can call back to Billy and how once Billy knew, the Mind Flayer knew.
Yeah.
Right.
And because the Mind Flayer knew, the Demogorgons knew, and the Demodogs knew. So everything that Will sees when he feels the back of his neck get hot, now it's a reverse. Now it's a they're coming. It's almost like it's being fed to him, not necessarily just because it's the hive mind, but because they want him to see. Like, the Mind Flayer also seems a bit pompous, if you remember his little speech.
This is gonna be interesting.
It's almost like an anti-spider sense. Like it's letting him know that, like, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, we'll be coming and coming and coming, and just let it be, almost surrender to it. But yeah, man, and listen, we still have a volume left to go before the finale, but I'm just gonna say this: like, if Vecna goes down, it has to be both Elle and Will. It can't be just one or the other. I feel like there has to be a poetry to that. Of
what
like,
if it's 3?
You get 8.
Mm-hmm.
I could say it too, but I think as long as those two are in it, because they've been the main characters following this, and they both been help both their lives, and their trauma's been inverted and the streams have crossed. Like, I think it would be poetic that if it goes down that way, they both end it.
Wait, are you saying if so to take out Vecna, 11 and Will would have to sacrifice themselves? Is that what you're implying?
Not even necessarily to sacrifice themselves, but they both have to I
think that's what the cost would be. I would, if I had to make a safe assumption.
That is some Stephen King brutality right there.
I mean, he's at such a godlike level right now where, I mean, again, like he kind of almost knows like Will's every move, probably. So
You could even interpret Joyce seeing Will like that, and a shocked that her boy is not in harm's way, but also being like, oh no, now this means like he's more in danger than ever.
So with 8, her ability was to project an idea, almost like make you believe something's there when it's not. Is that what was her?
Yeah, that was one of her abilities, if I remember right.
But her ability with that is it's weak by comparison. Like
Okay.
she knows how to train it, but she doesn't really train it. So she has about, what was it? It was anywhere between 30 seconds and a minute worth of that ability before it literally dissipates.
Okay.
So
I'm curious to see how they're going to utilize it.
like the telekinetic portion.
Okay, this is about to get crazy. All right, so let's go ahead and conclude up. We've been going deep into this. We're gonna, you guys, just so you guys know, we're gonna be doing a full spoiler discussion on everything with Volume 1 within the next few days. So stay tuned for that if you want to get more. We've got all of our reviews for each episode already up, including, of course, this one. But let's go ahead and go around the corner. So what are your final thoughts and rating for this episode, A to F? Ronan.
This was awesome. This was awesome. I really hoped they didn't leave it on too much of a cliffhanger-ish, but also being like, level up. No time was wasted, in my opinion. Besides plot stuff, the character stuff was the real stuff that really resonated with me, whether it be Robin and Will talking, whether it be Hopper and Eleven saying goodbye to each other again for the third time or second time, whatever long time it is. This is up there. This and episode 3 are great back-to-back episodes to conclude Volume 1 and to keep us waiting for a month.
Yeah, no, for sure. Bizzy. Final thoughts and rating.
So, I mean, I think they did a lot of things in this episode that were just, it was a lot of fun. One of the things, I mean, I know that they have the Stranger Things play, and they've talked about like Henry and kind of the relations and how him and Joyce might be familiar with each other. So it was cool to see a little bit of that here with the flashbacks. I'm really looking forward to the next episode. I mean, the breaks are gonna kill me, but I'm still excited. This was really good. I mean, a solid day.
For sure. Jarrell, closing thoughts and rating.
Okay, so a rating is probably like a 7 out of 10. So it'd probably be like I guess like a C something on your guys' scale. I think it's a good episode. I think just like episodes 1 through 4, for the most part, has been really, really fun. It's been a good time. It's just I think we're just so overstuffed. It almost feels like the most luxury, beautiful toilet that feels clogged. It's like it's like the best and worst of itself. It's like fighting for supremacy, in my opinion. Some of these characters that you guys were talking about, like Derek or Holly, especially Derek, I am not fans of these characters. I mean, they're not like characters I hate, but at the same time, they're not like characters when they're on screen. I'm just like, oh my god. I kind of had this issue with Robin, but there's not enough time on the clock. But it's been good so far. It's really been arguably great so far. But there are some red flags that we haven't really touched on, but have me a bit concerned. And I do think this was the weakest episode so far, for me, at least. The endings have all been strong. Jesus, they have been strong. Like final minutes, those have been strong on all episodes. But Yeah, it's a bit of a hot mess, but it's a good time so far. Just a bit concerned, I guess. I guess so far it's I don't know. It's like at 8 out of 10 so far. Episodes 1 through 4.
So we moved up a rating.
Huh?
So
Sorry. What are your closing thoughts?
No, I'm saying this was the weakest episode, but like episodes 1 through 4, it's like it's a great time, but like there are some red flags for sure.
All right. Sorry. Closing thoughts and ratings on this episode.
I'm gonna stick with my A. And my closing thoughts, I'm gonna keep pretty short. It's a good build-up. I appreciate how they did Max's return. I'm glad it wasn't just some poof. Like, there was backstory behind it. It was thought out. And the mimicry of what saves her also traps her. I really liked that. And it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So we're gonna have to wait, you guys, until December the 25th for volume 2, which will encompass, I think, the next 3 episodes, and then the final episode is gonna be on New Year's, which is insane. I don't know how we're gonna do this, because honestly, I want to see it in the movie theaters. I ain't gonna lie to you. But if you guys want us to all collectively get together and do it that way, maybe I'll go see the movies the next day. We'll see. But I'm gonna let everybody go around the room so they can shout out their respective channels and content. Jarrell, where can everybody find your content?
It is as it is on the screen. Drell's Alexandria. That's like my main YouTube channel. It's like my main hub for all of my content. And yeah, you can check me out there.
Thank you. And Ronan, where can everybody find your content?
You can find me at Ronan and Chain on YouTube and all the socials, and I'll be covering this in the coming weeks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Busy. Where can everybody find your content, man?
find me over here dropping reviews. We're like 500 subs away from 30,000 on YouTube, and then 1,000 followers away from 130,000 on TikTok. So we are close. So we're trying to grow over there, but you can see me doing reactions over on Bizzy Braun and reviews over here.
Yeah, you guys, that's the only place you'll find me doing reactions, over at Bizzy Braun Reactions. So if you want those, go to this guy's channel. Last but not least, Siren, where can everybody find your content?
Hello. So, just like down below, you can find me at the Siren of Thorns, mostly on TikTok, but eventually on YouTube. And I'll be co-hosting with some familiar faces. But yeah, those are my places for now. Oh, and I'll also be diving into audiobooks. So if you want some scary stories, you know where to find me.
They are legit scary, y'all. So be forewarned. Be forewarned. She's really good at it. All right, you guys. We'll be back. We'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and we'll see you guys for the spoiler review. Stay tuned. Peace, people.
You're not falling in love. Look what it made me become. I let you get too close just to wake up alone. And I know you think you could run. Scared to believe